I ain't gonna delete this video. I'm gonna keep it up, man. For real, man. But a lot of you females, you make emotional decisions. Um, this guy that Cassie ran to, he was a Chad. Okay. And the guy couldn't do nothing for her. He was just all looks. She couldn't pick a better dude than that? Huh? So Chad wasn't able to provide that same lifestyle that Diddy was giving her. So now she's going to come after Diddy because her and Chad is broke? I told you guys, bro. Most Chads and Tyrones are broke. Most Chads and Tyrones are broke, bro. I'm telling you. The reason why they're broke because they depend on their looks to get women. They don't have to get out there and become millionaires to get females. You see, dudes who are average and below, they got to go out there, they got to hustle, they got to make millions of dollars so they can attract females like Cassie. Cassie is a beautiful woman, bro. She looked like a straight doll, bro. I give her a 9. Cassie was a 9, bro, in looks. She was fucking at the top of the food chain when it came to looks. Matter of fact, she looked better than J-Lo. She was more beautiful than J-Lo. She was on Kim K's level, bro. Okay? Her and Kim K was on the same fucking goddamn level back in the early 2000s, bro. And so she ran to broke Chad. You see, you gotta watch these Chads, bro. These Chads and Tyrones, you gotta really watch these dudes around your girl, bro. They'll steal your girl from you, man. I told you, you gotta watch these dudes. Even if you're a millionaire, you got money, you gotta really watch these dudes, bro. Around your girlfriend. They'll steal it. They'll steal your girlfriend, bro. You feel me? They will steal your girlfriend. And so this guy wasn't providing the life that Cassie was used to. Okay, she went from billionaire Diddy to some broke ass Chad that can barely afford a apartment to himself. Fucking personal trainer though, bro. She couldn't like get another rich guy. She had to go run to Chad, a broke Chad at that. Fuck you, Chads, bro. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna say straight up, man. Fuck you, Chads and Tyrones. You are my main competitor. It don't matter if I get money. It don't matter if if you're getting tons of dough. Chad will always be your competition, bro. They all want Chad and Tyrone. These women, bro. You see what I'm saying? They all want Chads and Tyrones. Who the fuck is playing that shit while I'm recording this shit? Whatever, man. Whatever. So, Chad and Tyrone are the number one competitors, bro. You see what I'm saying? When it comes to women, bro. Because they all want them. There's two things that women want. They want looks and money. Okay? In order to get top tier females, you gotta have either looks or money. A lot of it. A lot of money. Okay? Can't get top tier females without money. That's something that I learned that, as I was coming up. that I couldn't get no top tier females without money. Yeah, I can get average women, but when it came to them top tier females, I learned that I ain't gonna get those without money. You feel me? Eight, nines, and tens, you ain't gonna get those without money, unless you're 8, 9, or 10 yourself. And I'm too old to be an 8, 9, or 10. You see what I'm saying? So top tier women, you gotta lead with your wallet with them. I learned that, really, really quickly, as I was coming up. But the nerve of this chick, Cassie, to run to a broke man and then turn around and ask Diddy for money, sue him for money. Look, I'm like, what? Your broke ass boyfriend is not doing it for you? He ain't providing for you? He's not providing that lifestyle for you? The guy is worthless, bro. Well, he's like worth like almost $1 million. That's nothing, bro. You see what I'm saying? The guy's probably making about a few $100,000 a year, bro. That's nothing. A few $100,000 a year is nothing. It's chicken change, bro. So she gonna run to Chad, and think that everything's gonna be okay. Just because this guy is Chad, that everything's gonna be okay. No, it's not gonna be okay, because you out here begging Diddy for money and you suing him for money. You'd rather be with a broke ass Chad than be with Diddy. And do I believe that Diddy slapped her up and maybe beat her up a couple of times? I kind of believe that. I don't think that everything that she said was true, but I know a lot of that stuff that she said was true. But it's like she ran to a broke Chad, bro. You couldn't do better than Diddy. She's not gonna be able to do better than Diddy, bro. That broke Chad Rome is not gonna provide the same type of lifestyle. I can't call him a Chad Rome because he's a white guy, so I'm just gonna call him Chad. He's Chad, bro. And just because he's white, it doesn't mean that he's fully paid. Okay? It takes a lot of hard work and dedication to obtain wealth. And just because you're white, it doesn't mean that you have a lot of money. You see what I'm saying? I told you guys, bro, if you're a future millionaire or you become successful in the future, I tell you guys, you have to watch Chad and Tyrone around your girlfriend. I'm talking to some of you guys who are future millionaires, future successful men right now, guys who are on that paper grind. In the future, you have to watch Tyrone and Chad around your girlfriend. Make sure when you hire make sure when you hire a gym trainer, a personal trainer, make sure when you hire that dude, make sure he's not a Chad or Tyrone, bro. Please. And some of you guys could judge looks. Just look at him. Is he hella tall? Does he have hunter eyes? Is his nose proportionate to his face? You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If he's like Chad or Tyrone, no, you don't hire that dude. No, we don't want no Chads and Tyrones around my girlfriend. We don't want Chad Rome around my girlfriend because you a stealer from me. I told you guys this a while back in some of my videos that Chad and Tyrone will steal your girlfriend, even though you have money. If you have a lot of money, Doesn't matter. Chad and Tyrone got looks and youth. Okay, she left him for a Chad, a younger Chad. The first thing she did was reject Diddy because of his age. She was concerned about the age gap. Okay? You see, these females, they want to choose you based on your age. But it doesn't matter. It's all about who's got the money, who's well established, who can take care of you. Doesn't matter if the guy's 20 years older. He can take care of you. Chad and Tyrone is broke. All they got is good dick for your ass. You see what I'm saying? Most Chads are broke. Not all of them, but most. You see what I'm saying? Because we got Chads and Tyrones in Hollywood, but you don't see a whole lot. The most guys who got the money are dudes who are average looking and below. They got the money. We got the money. Chads and Tyrones are broke because they lead with their looks. You see a lot of like women, rich women, getting with these young Chads and Tyrones. Okay? And you see these guys, they ain't got no money, but they got six-pack abs, they got looks, they got youth, but they ain't got no money though. You see these older women, they considering on dating younger men because younger men got looks, they got this, but older men got the bankroll though. You see, that's the reason why a lot of you females end up broke and single mothers, because you get with these broke Chads and Tyrones and broke bad boys, and then you're crying out for bloody murder and shit. You know, he left me with a child, and now I don't have any money. Yeah, because you was all into his looks, you was all into the Chad Romeness, and now he left you with that kid, and now you reap what you sow. I had a chick a while back, man. Uh, Stop messing with me, because the guy was older, he had money and stuff like that, and I was like, what the hell you seeing him? He could take care of me. That's what she said. That was a wise girl, right? She was wise. You feel me? She didn't pick no broke Chad or Tyrone that, thinking that this guy is gonna do something for her financially, but then when they both run into like financial trouble, I need to run and sue Diddy because we don't have no money. What are we gonna do, Chad Rome? I don't know, baby. Sue Diddy. Yeah, go ahead and sue Diddy. Sue Diddy, get him. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna sue Diddy because broke. Both of you motherfuckers are broke. You don't hear J-Lo out here talking about, I'm gonna sue Diddy for $100 million. Nah, because J-Lo got her own money. She's worth $400 million. J-Lo got her own money. She don't have to go out here and be out here trying to sue Diddy and stuff. J-Lo was actually talented, okay? J-Lo was talented. She could sing, she could dance. Okay, she had more than just one or two hits. You know what I'm saying? She was actually talented. That's the reason why she's so goddamn rich right now, because the female had real talent. But this Cassie, don't get me wrong, she had a few hits under her belt, but that was all. She didn't have nothing else. She had 2 hits. I think it was, of course, we all know Me and You. And then there was the second hit, You Got a Long Way to Go. I remember, because I was really a teeny bopper back in the day. I wanted to become a music producer. I followed Ryan Leslie, Diddy, Cassie, all of them. I followed all of them. I listened to all their music. You feel me? Because I was a music fanatic and I wanted to become a music producer. So I got really deep into the drums and started listening to um, all these artists' music and stuff, especially Cassie. But she started falling off after You Got a Long Way to Go, because You Got a Long Way to Go was a good track. I ain't gonna lie, man. That was a good track. It was really catchy. You see what I'm saying? After that, it was done. Her music, she flopped. You know what I'm saying? Because she started focusing on just the stupid stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? She got distracted. I tell motherfuckers, don't love the money, love the music, and you will prosper. You see what I'm saying? But um, back to what I was saying about broke Chad, man. Um, Ladies, if you're listening, because I got women that come around my channel too, man, and I'm just saying, you women need to stop choosing dudes based on just looks. Okay? You need to stop choosing men based on looks, because it's gonna come back and bite you in the ass later on when you are broke. I'm not saying date ugly men. I'm saying just don't be getting with no broke ass Chad that couldn't do nothing for you financially. I know what you're saying. You know, what you expect her to do? Stay with Diddy and get beat the crap out of her? And first of all, we don't have any evidence if that's true or not. We can always assume that Diddy beat her, and I believe he did. I think he put some hands on her. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he beat her throughout the whole entire 10 years. But I think he probably put hands on her at least 5 or 6 times throughout that time. That's about it. A lot of the stuff she participated in willingly. You see what I'm saying? And nobody was forcing her and putting a gun to her head to make her do these things and make her, you know, you know. The thing is, to make her participate. You see what I'm saying? Nobody was forcing her to do that. And it's like, her career wasn't popping off. So at the same time, it's like, okay, yeah, of course she was going to get with Diddy. Okay? You know what I'm saying? She made it look like, or she made it sound like she was being forced and being raped and just you know what I'm saying? No, you was there. You wanted that lifestyle. You wanted the Chanel bags, the Gucci purses. You wanted, all kinds of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You wanted that the lobster steak and shrimp dinners. You know what I'm saying? You wanted that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you stayed so long. And I don't feel sorry for Cassie. I don't feel sorry for that broad, and I don't feel sorry for Diddy because he brought this shit on himself, bro. Both of them motherfuckers are stupid, bro. I'm not taking anybody's side, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes two to tango. It takes two. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm gonna end this video, man. Just want to drop this quick one, man. I told you this before, bro. You really gotta watch Chad and Tyrone. I'm talking to you future millionaires and you future billionaires. When you start dating 8, 9s, and 10s like Cassie, you gotta really watch Chad and Tyrone. And this is a prime example of what I'm talking about. When Diddy hired a personal trainer to, work with Cassie on exercise. Okay, in the end, they ended up dating. somebody that you hired. You see what I'm saying? So you got to really watch Chad and Tyrone, bro, when you start dating these beautiful women. No Chads and Tyrones are allowed. Anywhere you go, bro, you got to have security, man. Definitely Chad and Tyrone's going to step to your girlfriend right in front of you. They will. They will. And you got to tell your security to wring his fucking neck if he steps too close to your girl. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, tell your security to beat him down. if he starts to get out of line, don't beat him down for nothing. But if he gets out of line, if he starts to talk to your girl in front of you, tell your security to grab that Chad or Tyrone by his neck and squeeze that motherfucker, and then toss that dude across the room. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying, bro. Before I end this video, bro, I say this time and time again, bro. Chad and Tyrone are mostly broke. And I tell you all the time that they lead with their looks. They don't need to self-improve. They don't need to go out and get a $400,000 or $500,000 a year job, or they don't need to be multi-millionaires to get women. I know a guy that's a Arabic Chad, and he gets women even though he's broke, and he's riding around in a small ass smart car. Yeah, riding around in a small ass smart car, one of those mini cars. You know what I'm saying? He was riding around in that, and these women, they still would ride around with him in that. And I'm like, damn, I gotta self-improve to a millionaire to get the women that he get. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Again, she ran the broke Chad. For some of you guys who just got into this video, she ran to broke Chad. A guy that couldn't do nothing for her financially. The guy who couldn't uphold the same type of lifestyle that Diddy was giving Cassie. He couldn't do it. I'm like, bro, what your name is Chad? What's up, Chad? You broke. You are broke, Chad. You can't provide for your woman? You got to sue Diddy and them? I bet it was I bet it was Chad, bro. I bet it was Chad in her ear telling her that she needs to sue Diddy. We need some money. What a lame excuse for a man. Chads, you are broke. Tyrone's, you are broke. You don't have any money. You don't have nothing to satisfy these females with financially, bro. You don't have nothing, bro. You're broke. She got a man at home, and she out here talking about, I need to sue Diddy for some money. We're broke. What type of man is that? What type of man is that, bro? You broke, Chad. You have nothing in your pockets, bro. And eventually, they're going to get divorced. In the long run, they will. Are you coming around taking Diddy's sloppy seconds? That's what you're doing, Chad. You're taking Diddy's sloppy seconds, bro. You know what I'm saying? With your broke ass. Man, I swear, bro, if any Chad or Tyrone get close to your girl and you a rich guy, bro, make sure you got security escort that motherfucker away from your girl or out the VIP section, because they're gonna come around and they're gonna step. Don't get me wrong, like fucking Chaz and Tyrone, they're disrespectful, bro. They will. They see you with a beautiful woman of their face match, they're gonna go over there and try to holler. And you need to have your security on standby to grab his fucking neck and squeeze that motherfucker until that nigga turn black and blue. I'm serious, bro. I'm just saying, for you guys who are future millionaires, I'm just getting you ready, because it's gonna be some funk. You're gonna be around beautiful women. You're gonna go out with beautiful women, 8, 9s, and 10s, and you're going to get some hatred for that from Chad and Tyrone. You're going to get some hatred for that from Chad and Tyrone, bro. Chad Rome. You see what I'm saying? Get ready. Just get ready. I'm just getting you ready. So when the situation happens, you're gonna be thinking like, oh yeah, Kelcat, he told me about Chad and Tyrone, how they was gonna try to step to me, step to my girl in front of me. They will try to step to your girl in front of you, bro. There's been some times where, because the thing is, because you're with top tier females, and top tier females are eye candy. So anywhere top tier females go, eyes are looking at you and shit. So they're gonna be looking at your girlfriend hard if you're with a beautiful woman, because top tier females are stunningly beautiful. They're really beautiful. So all men want them. All men desire them, including Chad and Tyrone. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Somebody said, didn't you get hate when you was with a beautiful woman? Okay, yeah, exactly. Dorian Johnson. Yeah, you reminded me. Okay, before I end this video, I'm gonna tell this quick story real quick. I was with this 19-year-old Asian chick before the pandemic. I was around 37, 38. She was 19. You know, you know. At that time, I was using enhancements, so I brought my body fat percentage down low. I was really yoked, really jacked because of the enhancements. It made me look younger, right? Because I was so at low percentage body fat. Anyway, so I met this chick at Starbucks, and 19-year-old chick in Starbucks in San Francisco, got her number, and we hung out, came and picked her up, took her from San Francisco all the way to my spot, Warner Creek. You guys know where Warner Creek is and what Warner Creek is, because that's where I used to live for like years at a time. So I took her there, and we sat down at a nice steak spot. Oh, was it steak? No. Place called China something. I forgot the name of it. Anyway, so we sat down, and we couldn't even get service, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sat there for like 20 or 30 minutes. Couldn't get service, bro. Now, this chick she wasn't top tier, man. She was like average looking. She was maybe like maybe like a 5 or a 6 or something like that. Now, I give her like a 5.5 to be modest. So sitting down for like a long time, man. Couldn't get no service or nothing. And I know because I was with this chick that I wasn't getting no service, man. So I had to like go flag down the server, because I'm hungry at this point. I ordered a steak or something like that, and it was just like, man, what's up with this? You know what I'm saying? Can't get no service. It ain't like that when I'm by myself, right? When I'm by myself, I get quick service, right? You bring a woman that's even, if you bring a woman that's even halfway decent, they're gonna start hating on you, man. I mean, I was with my ex-girlfriend, I had dudes hating on me at the LA boxing gym. Okay, hitting on my girlfriend in front of me. I tell you guys, I got experience. I know how it is when you with a girl that's decent looking or a female that's beautiful, that's like gorgeous. They're gonna hate. Remember I was telling you about Gwen, right? She had an ex-husband. She had her ex-husband come back into the picture while we were dating. So when you're around beautiful women, there's other dudes that's gonna be pawing at her. So that's why I say you get your bread up and you be the best option, right? Even then, when you get your money on, you still gotta watch for Chad and Tyrone. You still gotta watch those dudes, bro. I swear to God, I think that one day I'm gonna beat up a Chad or a Tyrone one day. I think, like, for real, I'm gonna take a bat and I'm gonna whack it up the side of his goddamn head, man. Man, you even look at my top tier female even once or twice, man, I'm gonna fucking fuck you up, bro. I ain't gonna fight you with my fist. I'll take a bat upside your goddamn head, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna whack your Chad ass upside your head because these dudes are your competition for top tier females. Don't if you don't think that these dudes are your competition for top tier females, then you got to be mistaken because top tier females, they still desire Chad and Tyrone. They do, even though they with you. And it's easy for a broke, busted down Chad or Tyrone to steal your girl. It's easy for them to do that because of their looks. You ain't got those top tier looks like that. You're an average dude. Or even worse, if you're below average dude, it's like you gotta watch these Chads and Tyrones. But then, run into the arms of Chad and Tyrone will be a huge mistake because these dudes are mostly broke. All they got is six-pack abs and a chiseled jawline and some height, and they can't do nothing for your ass. Talking to you females, they can't do nothing for you. Cassie got a man at home and she's still out here begging for money, blackmailing people. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Blackmailing people, you know, out here probably lying on Diddy. I don't even know if she was telling the truth or not. We don't know. We don't have any evidence, no real evidence. All we know is that she came out and said some shit. And I don't know, just because he paid her off so quickly, it don't mean that he guilty. You see what I'm saying? It means that he don't want to deal with that shit and he needs to nip it in the bud before it gets worse. You see what I'm saying? But you Chads and Tyrones, you have to be really careful of me. You come close to my girl, and I can spot a Chad or a Tyrone really, really quickly. I'm like, oh, that's a Chad or Tyrone stepping to my girl. I'm gonna step over there and be like, honey, what you doing talking to this motherfucker? What you talking to my girl, man? I'll take this fucking bat upside your fucking head. I'll swell it up real quick, boy. I'll hit you so many times, your own dogs and your cats and your mama won't recognize you. And your daddy won't recognize you. You see what I'm saying? I'll fuck your pretty face up, boy. I swear to God, man, you Chads and Tyrones are the enemy, bro. You are. Because women desire you more than they do the average guy. You see what I'm saying? You step to my top tier, my future top tier girl, and we're going to have some problems. I'm going to, where the Chad and Tyrone at? Where the Chad and Tyrone? There you go. Don't step to my girl, man. Well, I ain't talking to your girl. Yeah, you better not be talking to my girl, man. I'll stump your fucking nuts in the ground. Anyway, I gotta go. You guys have a good day. Don't get me started about these Chads and Tyrones, bro, because I know who my nemesis is. I know who my competition is. And I know who I'm competing with. You ain't just competing with the air. You are competing with Chad and Tyrone, bro. Chad Rome. You are competing with Chad Rome. You guys have a good night. Peace out. Take care and bless. I'm out.